Very good. So Anun, if you don't mind just saying hello so we can make sure that the audio is working.
Hello.
Excellent. Very good. All right. Anun, evaluation contestant number three. Evaluation contestant number three, Anun.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, and of course, Ola. Thank you so much for your speech, Fireman and Astronaut. I really appreciated, as always, your physicality and your diction in this speech. Throughout this speech, you had a great use of your hands as you played out scenes like playing with toy spaceships, and you had great onomatopoeia in that same scene where you and your friends would go pew pew. I absolutely loved that. You also had really excellent imagery and vocabulary, from describing putting little fires out everywhere as conflagrations, all the way to describing your own self as a young person as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I just love that imagery. You also did a very good job of embodying the characters in your story. From young Ola, where you switched up your voice, kind of shrunk down, all the way to the older people in your life who had a more raspy or gravelly voice. I really appreciated the way those characters came alive in your stories. I also, as I mentioned briefly, appreciated your metaphors, especially how you turned astronaut and fireman as occupations into metaphors for the things you do now in your current day occupation, from exploring new frontiers and putting out fires in your day job. Now, if I were to challenge you to take this speech to even further heights, which may be challenging considering how good it already was, I would say, first of all, I noticed that you did run out of stamina when it came to embodying your characters, especially when you started to embody some of the firemen that you were eating chili with and sitting down with and playing a little chess with. Those firemen didn't have a distinct voice or physical characteristic, and that kind of detracted from the excellent world building you were already doing. Beyond that, I also noticed that you had two very serious tone shifts in your speech. One where you wanted to be a fireman and then realized that this is not the career for you. And the same thing when you wanted to be an astronaut. Now, the problem that I noticed is that those tone shifts were not dramatic enough. These are serious challenges to your own child dreams. But the tone shift could be more dramatic. You could really wring some drama out of it, from just realizing I really wanted to be a fireman to this is really not the way for me. This is very dangerous. Lastly, I would also challenge you to foreshadow your conclusion more. Your conclusion was very much surrounding how Toastmasters can help you accomplish some of the goals and dreams that you might have had as a child. But Toastmasters wasn't really referenced throughout the speech, and I understand why. But I also think you could have done a better job at least bridging it, if not foreshadowing Toastmasters. Maybe there could have been a small segment about how you came to Toastmasters and what kind of opportunities you saw in Toastmaster. Because while your conclusion made a lot of sense to me, I felt a little like it came out of left field. Overall, though, Ola, this was an excellent speech. I feel like I got a lot out of it, and you also made me remember my own childlike dreams and how I am now trying to live out an alternate version of them. So thank you all very much, and back to you, Contest Chair.
Round of applause for Anun, evaluation contestant number three.